intention, standing on the edge of nothing and everything. Perhaps this is the perfect fertilizer to set an intention. Welcome, Creative Mornings. Today is all about intention, and I am super grateful and thankful for Dave this morning because his energy was so grounding, and my nerves are like, wah, anytime I speak. And so I appreciate you and all the Creative Morning crew this morning. Lauren, Iman, when I got the email saying, hey Deja, do you want to do Creative Mornings? I'm like, anything creative, absolutely, absolutely. And when she said what my theme was going to be, I was like, my heart was thrilled when I heard intention, but my mind was like, how am I going to convey this? How am I going to convey this? So I'm always on the edge, man. I'm always on the edge. I don't really jump into the shallow end in the pool. I'm always in the deep end. So it's always interesting figuring things out. So I would like to get started today. Let me make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, so I want to start. So what is the seed of intention? So I wanted to start with this slide today. It's dear to my heart because I have a daughter who's 17. Was a young mom. And she's over at CCAD currently in the summer program. And she drew this picture, and she's been drawing actually since the age of 3. And if you all have children, or if you have children in your lives, pay attention to their own innate abilities. This is the wave of the future. Information is endless, right? And kids know more than us now. But what they don't know is how to connect to themselves anymore. So it's our job to still continue to educate them on self-awareness. And so my daughter was telling me, I said, well, what moves you to be able to draw your next piece? You know, this is crazy. Like, where did this come from? And she said to me, she said, there's a feeling within me that it's almost as if once I get that feeling, I have to be called to action and to create it, and nothing can stand in my way. Like, it's just a feeling from within, and then it has to be expressed out. And in that moment, I was like, thank God, I think that's intention, and I can start my speech off that way. I've been a nervous wreck. I mean, when I found out about intention, I started going down a rabbit hole and doing research and pulling out books that I read in my 20s, Einstein and Deepak Chopra and Eckhart Tolle. It was ridiculous. It's like I was just in a space that I wasn't enough. And so when you're called to do something, know that you're enough. So I had to get intentional about this intention talk today. I was out of alignment with myself. I don't even learn that way. So I had to create some healthy rituals that brought me back to my center. And when my self-love is off, I call upon my mother for a hug or for a conversation, and I get my confidence back. When I'm nervous, I go to my dad's house and we have a chill session on his porch, and he knows how to chill, you know. So we sit on the porch and we talk, and my nerves are calmer. And then when I can't feel my feet on the floor, you know, when I don't have my grounding, I call upon my sister and my co-pilot in this life. So, and then when I just need to be, I have my spirited sister Monique, and we just hang out, and I'm able to just be who I am. And so those creative rituals, those healthy rituals that we create in our lives really help to ground us back down. Because I was like losing my way. I was not confident at all about this speech. I think oftentimes we think people who speak are very confident, and and we're not. So anyways, after all of the collection of data, I landed on my own little quote here. Creativity is a collaborative venture of mind, body, and spirit. It is an expression of subconscious mind manifested in real time with deep-rooted intention. That's as deep as I'm going to get today, guys. So let's just pause here in this one sentence here with expression of our subconscious mind. Often we talk about conscious and unconscious. So there's many people that are walking around super conscious. You know, they're aware of organic food. They're aware of what the earth needs, and they're just conscious about being on the planet. You know, and then we have people who are just sleepwalking and roaming around doing whatever they're doing. So, but what about the spaces in between? The spaces in between the light and the dark. The spaces in between happiness and sadness. The sun and the moon. The space in between your inhale and exhale. Perhaps that's where the subconscious comes in at, this voice that is in you, in all of us, happens. So we're going to take a moment, and we're going to practice breath work, if you don't mind. So I invite you to find a comfortable seated position in your chairs. So this breath, right? So oftentimes when I come and do any talks, or if I'm getting ready to do a yoga class or something like that, my nerves are just, I have a lot of energy. And so I have to ground down. So what I do is I say root down to lift up. And so when we inhale big, root down, and then we exhale, lift up. So it's like this contrasted action happening. So if you feel safe in your body, you can close off your eyes for a moment. And we've been chatting, you've been eating, you've been hustling and bustling trying to get here this morning. So just paying attention to your own natural breath. Just being aware, drawing your focus to your inhale and exhale. And just allowing, there's something beautiful about the power of silence in a very loud world. Hearing what's happening on the inside, perhaps it's not so silent in there. Just staying unattached and just focusing on your breath. On your next inhale, go ahead and take a deep inhalation in your nose, deeply, really, really big. Hold it at the top, and then exhale out the mouth. And again, inhale really big, fill up. And hold it at the top. Fill up some more. Hold it. That pure potentiality right there, exhale out the mouth. So the first thing we do when we're born is we breathe. Flutter your eyes open. We're going to get back to the edge again, so we're going to jump back into this. So the world is only getting louder, more stress-filled. Everyday life and the hustle and bustle of everyday life is crazy. You know, from wake up. So we wake up, our feet hit the floor, and it's go time. We check our phones, we're checking our to-do list, we're marking it off, we're walking around like robots in this world every single day. There's so much. What else is happening? What are some other stressful things that are happening in the world right now for you? Just yell it out.
President Redman.
Yes, I concur. What else? Anything else? What else feels stressful in your everyday life? Deadlines. Work.
Money.
Money, yes. How about taxes? As an entrepreneur, taxes are always, you gotta be on time. What else? Kids, yes, thank you. I'm a mother. Kids. So yeah, the pressures are on. And so there's so much going on around us, and if we're constantly being reactive, how can we plant seeds of intention in a chaotic space? And we're reaching so far outside of ourselves that we're not anchored anymore to our own personal truth. And that's an issue because this information is endless. It's going to continue. We can tap in and ask Siri anything. But what about what's happening on the inside? We're getting lost there because we're not focusing there. There's no education process for that. So everyday life for me, I have 3 kids that I delivered, and then I inherited BJ, who's a brilliant, beautiful child, and actually he's a grown man now. He's about to be 21. My partner's a police officer, so that comes with its own stress, right? Like, especially this day and age, it's, really stressful right now. And then little Dylan with her hand up. I mean, this picture is cute, but that was probably the only picture we got because she was running around, screaming and hollering, and Owen just, he was the baby crying, and it was madness. It really was. And it's like, hello, my name is Deja, and I suffer from running late. I suffer from, I really don't like technology. Thank God for my sister and this PowerPoint because I have no idea how to do one. And I own a business, right? And so it's like, I own a business that has a lot to it, you know, a lot to it. It's not just one component. You know, we're in a self-care business, but we also have a daycare for our children. We're woman-owned, and there's so many things that are happening. We have a yoga carriage. And I procrastinate. I literally started practicing this speech maybe 3 days ago, and I should have done it probably 2 weeks ago. That's probably why my nerves are the way they are. And oftentimes, I feel broken like shattered glass. You know, and I think when we really settle into ourselves and look at our lives, I feel broken like shattered glass sometimes. And when we're like that, how can we feel whole and complete again? Intention thrives in a space where you're nurturing yourself. And if all the world is coming at us and we don't have any processing space, our intentions get lost and actually get wrapped up in what the world wants you to do versus what you want to do. So I come from a lineage of women, and this is what Replenish is built on. And in my lineage, and I believe in everyone's lineage, that the biggest gift is giving, right? But like, we're giving to a complete deprivation. We're depleted. So my grandmother, she's the greatest giver on the planet, but I see her suffer because she doesn't have the energy. You know, she doesn't have the energy. And we're in an energy draining planet right now. So how can we have more energy in our bodies? This is Replenish. I love these people. So my biggest teacher in life is really my deepest rooted intention. So there's short-term intentions, and there's long ones. Be careful about those long ones. Make sure you really want them, because it's a true sacrifice, man. We have 30 employees. We're a yoga spa, and I really don't like the word spa because that's overrated. It's, you know, what does spa really mean? We're really a self-care business where you can come and check in on yourself. These people, all of these people teach me, I believe everyone's leaders, it's about cultivating your leadership and getting complete with your why. And that's what that intention is, right? So we're out here doing, and if I ask them, well, why are you doing that? And they have no idea, or I have no idea, then we're not complete with our intention. That why matters. Why are you doing what you're doing? And remembering that, because when the sacrifice and the hard times come, it'll keep you strong and steady. So Replenish is women-driven. We believe moving through the world with soft power is necessary, especially in this harsh world right now. And we'll talk more about what soft power is. So the more self-care I started doing for myself, the more I started nurturing my deepest intention, which is Replenish. This is deeply rooted. My mom had a dream before she even had us that she wanted to have a spa. So I don't know if it was manipulation or not, but she did well. We are running 2 locations, and we also have a yoga carriage. But what happens with intention is when you're connected truly to your intention, things begin to happen. The universe conspires in your favor. Like, what does that mean? So everything, it engages your senses. So honestly, we don't have to say what our intention is about Replenish. People tell us what our intention is. And it just reminds us, thank you for sharing that, because that is our intention. Everything you see, taste, touch, smell, should engage the senses. You know, humanity is evolving, right? We're an evolving species, and we want more. We want a full experience. We don't want to just be like cattle coming through. So when you come into Replenish, beauty is your birthright. And what happens when you were born and someone said that to you? Beauty is your birthright. Would your confidence be higher? Everyone is supposed to be unique and different. You know, so beauty really is about checking in on yourself and finding your own gauges. So that's where intention thrives. So it's like this soil, this fertilizer that you're cultivating inside self for the seed to grow. And the seed has energy. So this energy is going to be magnified on the outside tenfold. So as soon as I feel like I have the biggest challenge of my life, you know, owning a business, that intention keeps me going and keeps me rooted in turbulent times. And the ladies at our front, our hosts, our pathfinders, the people who are dedicated, they're actually overqualified. So when the universe conspires in your favor, what I mean by that also is the right people show up at the door. When we first opened, I was so out of alignment with self-care with myself. We were hiring everybody. It was just, it made no sense. So we had to figure out, wait, what is our intention and where is our heart placed? And then the right people started showing up as if by magic. It's like, where are these people coming from? And thank God for you. Jeez. All right, so how do we create an intentional day? Literally, nowadays we have to do this to our calendar. We put everything else on our phone. We might as well put this. Check in with yourself. I believe checking in with yourself at least 3 times a day is so necessary. And what is check in with yourself? It looks different for everybody. If you're not into, breathing or meditation, I do believe you should pause to breathe because it will change your life. It will change your life when you're conscious of your breath and you realize that you don't have to react. Then that way, that becomes your gauge, and then you're able to really be in alignment with your personal truth. So I put this on my calendar, check in with myself. What are some other things? So what is self-care? And the reason why I'm talking, so this is all embedded in intention. So self-care is creating healthy rituals. So we create rituals whether you like it or not. Bad rituals and good rituals. So every day, when I come home, even last night, came home, walked past the laundry, and my mind said, you should fold that. And I walked right past it. And so, that matters. We're creating rituals all throughout the day. And if you find your life with a dark cloud hovering over it, or you're just feeling like nothing's going well for you and none of your intentions are growing, check in with your healthy rituals. It might be time to get rid of some rituals that don't serve you any longer, or insert rituals, healthy rituals, that can help to catapult you to the next level of growth. And so, where are we at? Okay, yes. Intentional moments. Meditation. So, do you meditate? Raise your hand if you meditate. Who is like, I cannot meditate, my mind is crazy, there's no way I'm sitting there. Yeah. So what is meditation? I was that girl, like, there's no way. I just have too much energy, I got too much to do, no way. When I started doing meditation, it changed my life. Because what happens is, so with intention, we have all these thoughts that happen, like monkey brain all day long, and don't even realize it. We're just attaching to things, just attaching to the thoughts. Crazy thoughts, whatever thoughts. And so all of those thoughts are seeds that you can actually plant. So when you're in meditation and doing nothing, you're realizing that, all these thoughts, you're just observing these thoughts. And you realize that you don't have, the power is actually in choice. Like you actually have a choice what thought you want to manifest. Right? So all of those seeds, trust me, I'm a seed planter. When I first started this business, I planted so many seeds, my sister was like, pause. We can't afford this. Like, this is not gonna work. So I had to learn quick how to slow myself down and get serious about, get intentional about what thoughts I wanted to create, what ideas I wanted to manifest for our movement. Intentional movement, yoga. So yoga is a way of life. The word yoga in itself means unity, evenly yoked. And so yoga really is a way of being in the world, a way of showing up full and complete. Physical movement is an excellent way of getting all the clutter out of the body, because the body also has an intelligence. So it's a good way to get the clutter out of the body so that you can really sort of burn yourself out so you can really feel. We're not really feeling anymore, we're just doing. We're not really being. Yoga for me is a healthy practice because I'm able to move my body and I struggle with, discipline and consistency. And so when I'm doing asanas, it really helps me to have discipline and consistency with my body. So literally, the writing is great, spontaneous writing, so subconscious. So wake up first thing in the morning, try it on. Don't read your journal pages until about 2 weeks later. You wake up, the first thing you do is start writing. Even if it's, I don't want to write, just start writing. Every day, do at least 3 pages, just freelance write, and then read it in about 2 or 3 weeks. and you'll hear what's coming up. It's like it's on repeat. You'll pick up on the patterns. You'll pick up on the good things, and you'll also pick up on the things that are keeping you from your standing in your greatness. And this is Colleen, she's our nail tech. I got my nails done today, and this color is called spiritual. So sometimes with beauty, it doesn't have to just be about, this superficial thing. Yeah, it is, right? But we need both worlds, inner and outer. And when I'm feeling like I just need something, getting your nails done, a pop of color, it's just helpful. And even for men, getting a massage or a facial. Okay, so our yoga care. Get curious about being uncomfortable. So when you're setting new intentions for yourself, you can't grow in something familiar. So I tell people in my yoga classes, get comfortable with being uncomfortable, because that's where the growth is. Stay curious about what's on the other side. If you feel pain, that means that's your biggest teacher. That means come back. You've gone too far, you fixated too far. And I'm telling you all these things again because intention is, again, nurtured when we can show up fully for ourselves. Our yoga care is a safe space for all people to do yoga, meditation. We have donation-based yoga so that we can empower community, all people in the community, because we believe that everyone should have access. So a class that I teach on Sunday at 10 o'clock. I only teach one class. I don't have time for any more right this second, but I want more yoga in my life. It's a life energy class, and what I say always in the beginning is, yes, we are here to live out loud, but how can we be more present in our to-dos? How can we be more present in our to-dos? And that's intention, being intentional. When I'm, packing my children's lunch and I'm making a PB&J sandwich and I'm just angry, maybe you can have a short-term intention by saying, I want to just exude love this morning. That has energy. It can shift negative thoughts quickly. You are creating rituals every day, no matter what, so choose powerfully. We talked about that. We also have national teachers come in. We just had Faith Hunter, and we do work with Chelsea Loves Yoga, and they come here and share their wisdom about self-awareness and the power of creating healthy rituals in your life and how the world is changing. It's definitely changing. And the intelligence really is an emotional intelligence now. It's a new way to think about education. Self-care is an action of self-love, and it tills the soil so your seeds can grow. Because what we're really talking about is connectivity. Connection from the outside world in, inside world out. Reciprocity is an asset. So the art of giving and receiving, I think we forgot about that as the United States, actually. Reciprocity, giving and receiving. There's enough for everyone. There's enough for everyone. So we're going to have another pause if you don't mind, because this is about cooperation, and we're in this together. Even though I'm up here and you're in the audience, it's this exchange of energy. So if you can find a comfortable seated position, and when you're ready to close off your eyes, feel free to do so. So you're rooting down and you're lifting up. Your chin is slightly tucked. And your crown is reaching tall towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Be present in your bodies today. Daring great, trying something else on. And just noticing your thoughts, right? Staying unattached. Just notice. Observe, allow, and notice. Staying unattached. Let's bring our awareness to what we hear. When you take the T off of heart, it becomes here. Deep listening. Deep listening. Allow the music to just melt inward. your attention to your eyes. What do you see? What do you see inwardly for yourself, for your life? Even if it's just a moment, a glimpse of something. Relaxing the space in between your brows or third eye center. Just relaxing that space. Opening yourself up to inner wisdom. On your next inhale, inhale as much oxygen as you possibly can. Fill your lungs up. And then exhale out the mouth, releasing anything that doesn't serve you from this morning or from yesterday or whatever doesn't serve you, let it go. Creating your own rhythm with your breath. Continue this breath work. Bring your attention to what you taste. What do you taste? Gauging all the senses. What do you smell? Inhaling. Inhale as much oxygen. Exhale out. For your family, and then out into the world. It's not the other way around. It's definitely not the other way around. We have to lead by example. And this is what, I look at my daughter and she's just like, well, you're not doing it. I'm like, you're right, I'm not doing it. Be the change you want to see in the world. I mean, that quote is, we hear it often by Gandhi. But are we really listening to what that means? Be the change you want to see in the world. So get complete with what's happening here so that you can take care of your family. Oftentimes we also skip over family. It's easy to do. I have a family-owned business. We were skipping all over the place, helping everybody around us and ignoring each other. It's a fast-paced therapy, I tell you, having a family business. You have to really have a passion for what you're doing. So it is about a ripple. So here's the thing about transforming the world. I feel that where transformation is possible, because the world is really in a state of trauma right now. And what you focus on expands. And so if the government, if the politics is just, I don't know what side you're on, it's just a mess. So I have to get creative. Us creatives have to get creative with how we can transform the world. Because I don't want to focus in on something that is going to expand the negativity. So where can we put our focus? We can put our focus in larger organizations and corporations buying into the fact that humans need to be restored. Productivity is higher when humans feel loved, supported, and cared for. That is what needs to happen in my world. That's what I believe in. So we are trying this on. These are our children in our childcare space. And Rachel Burrell takes photos, and she just captures the light and dark of all of the things. And it's just, I love her pictures. But we're over at the Columbus Museum of Art, and Lauren Iman, she's fabulous. And she's so creative with how we do things. So we intertwine what is it, Chanel cello? Was it cello we did? Cello Hayo. Cellos were playing while we were meditating and doing yoga. And so they're buying into this. And they also restored their tribe at the CMA. So we have to restore from the inside out, because that's where the productivity is. So even entrepreneurs, the way we run our business is consciously, right? We really care for our people. We have to change the face of working and how we work together inside businesses and corporations. We do meditation at the Wexner Center with Tracy Cambridge on pause program. It's brilliant, literally brilliant. One of my intentions when I was younger is I love art, but I'm not an artist. My daughter got that skill. And I'm like, I really want to be a part of the art community. And finally, this lands on me. She gives us a call. And I'm like, oh my God, I love art. I was like a kid again. And so I'm able to do research on these artists. And it's just amazing. And we intertwine this with meditation and observation and healthy conversation. So self-care doesn't have to look boring. This is at 12 o'clock in the day at Ohio State. You can come here, and I believe it's a free admission. What? Can't beat that. That's amazing. Who can guess this entrepreneur?
Joe DeLoss.
Yeah, so Joe DeLoss. He is an incredible soul in the world, man. I mean, he was cultivating intentions probably here, right here in this moment. He has some big intentions that he was cultivating, and they are manifesting, let me tell you. He is changing the world from the inside of his business out. And so we've consulted with him. He's so wise. And I sent him a text. I said, Joe, what do you know about intention? And he says, intention, give me a second. I mean, literally took this man 5 minutes only, and he comes up with this, which sums everything up. And I was like, this is brilliant. This is great. For me, intention is about aligning your whole self, your energy, your passion, your resources, all towards the vision you've got for what's possible, for what you know to be true. Joe DeLoss, Hot Chicken Takeover. For him to empower other humans to know that they deserve a second chance, that takes courage. Also, to defy walls that sometimes separate us. He's jumping over, climbing over, finding something to get over this wall to make this possible and changing the face of the way we look at other humans. We all have experience and we all deserve second chances. So I was so grateful. My heart was so full when he was able to send me a little brief quote about what he feels intention is. What are some other intentional businesses? Well, this lady, I went to get ice cream. And I'm like, the science of ice cream is on the wall in colorful chalk. Like, her ice cream's amazing. And she says, and to this day, and this is a quote that I believe we got off of Instagram. We admire her work and what she does. And to this day, I say it every night. Starlight, star bright, first star I see tonight. Wish I may, wish I might, have the wish tonight. I wish that I have the power to become the person I want to become. I created a vision of who I wanted to become and started off towards that distant star. I'm still on the journey and will be for the rest of my life. Jenny Britton Ballard. Man, powerhouse. Started small and looked, I think she's got like 33 locations. But the way she takes care of her people and the way she pours intention into her ice cream, it's an energy that is transmitted. It is contagious. Like, it's a good contagious. So, where the magic is really is in you. And as floaty as that sounds, like it sounds so floaty, the magic is within you, because what happens is when you can get complete with what you really want in life, and when you can get complete from your reactiveness to the world around us. Have you ever watched a plastic bag like drift away and you're trying to catch it because you want to recycle it, but it's just gone with the wind? You don't want to be that bag, right? Like, you want to be in control, step into your greatness. But it takes courage. It takes pausing throughout the day. It takes creating healthy rituals and really having self-care for yourself every day, putting it on the calendar. That is where intention is. I want to end my son's birthday. He will be 2 on Sunday. And there's a healthy ritual that every night, I don't ever want to miss a night without singing him this tune. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, Mama's gonna let you shine. I'm Deja Redman, and I dedicate this speech today, this talk of intention, to my nephew, Baker Davis, who is a lion trying to find his courage. Thank you so much, and enjoy your intentions today.